Claude's Fable 5 just got unbanned by the US government after being completely pulled offline for a dangerous jailbreak. Now it's back until July 7th before API pricing comes in. And I put it head to head against Opus 4.8 in a few use cases with the same prompts. There are some differences between Opus and Fable 5, and we'll see them head to head. If you want to see which model is actually worth your money right now, you're going to want to see this. So the first use case is going to be a reasoning task. So I have them both up here. I have Opus on this side, Fable 5 on this side. I own 40% of an AI agency. Partner A wants to sign someone who competes with an existing customer. Partner B wants to build SaaS. And this has a couple different moving pieces. You really have to reason through this to get an answer. And now we can compare how Opus answers it versus how Fable answers it. All right, so they're both going and we can see who finishes first, the depth of the answer that we get, and we'll go through it. So Fable finished exponentially faster. As we can see, we already have an answer from Fable here. Opus is still working through it. Okay, so Opus has just now finished, and now we can go through these answers. Before we dive in, I'm not a lawyer, and we just immediately off the jump, we can see what they're focusing on. They're both thinking about legal complications. That's good in business. Partner A, ethical concern, contractual risk. We can see, and then we're looking through, we see partner B, just even the structure of the answer. So we have relationships in Opus. Partner A, they talk about their interests, ethical concerns. Partner B, same thing. Here, Fable goes through it and literally talks about, basically in a case study format, and then gives a rank order of de-risking. And then for Opus, it talks about partner A, partner B, and then myself. Whereas Fable approached it by talking about basically situations, case studies, and then rank ordering the risk to de-risk it. And then we also get the rank order here for Opus. I don't know which answer I like more. I think they both lay it out in different forms. Fable was exponentially faster. It literally finished in a few seconds. Opus took maybe a minute. Just in the way that they structure these, I think you're getting pretty much similar content, but I think Fable's way less verbose and denser in actionable items. So it's less kind of slop and more actionable items to actually give you solutions to the questions that you ask. So for this one, I think Fable did a better job in giving a better answer. If you want to learn how to monetize the skills that you're learning, we do have an AI community. We have a day-by-day, step-by-step task guide to actually helping you land your first client. Here we talk about the sales system, how you can get sales, and it's here on school.com. Here's a community. If that interests you, check the link in the description and we'll see you inside. All right, for the second use case, we're going to try and build a little dashboard and see kind of what Opus versus Fable come up with. And let's see, Opus 4.8 and Fable. And as we can see here, Fable 5 just exponentially faster. It took maybe a minute or so, and Opus is still creating the file. So I guess at the end of the day, yeah, Fable really is crushing it so far on test 2. Okay, so they both rendered, and here's what we get. This is to the left, we have the Opus dashboard. That's good design. And then here to the right, we have the Fable dashboard. So very similar in a way, just how they structure. You can see a little more detail here. But yeah, very similar overall. I think Fable's way cleaner, a little more detailed. I think Fable definitely wins this one. For the next use case, we're going to do financial analysis in Claude's platform documents for how to prompt Claude Fable 5. They actually call out quality improvements. One of them is professional grade output on financial analysis, spreadsheets, slides, and documents. So I'm going to funnel in a company income statement and compare it to how Opus responds and Fable 5. All right, so I have a company income statement. On the left, we have Opus, and on the right, we have Fable 5. All right, so I put a little prompt in here, same prompt for both of them. You're the CFO of the company, analyze the financial statement, identify some trends, and we'll see the depth of reasoning, the analysis that they give to see the difference between the two models. Okay, so Fable 5 has already completed some of it. Now it's completing the rest of it. Fable 5 exponentially faster than Opus for the financial analysis. Maybe not exponentially. We'll see how long it takes Opus. Opus is going. So what was that? That's not that much faster. Okay, so we have the analysis here. Fable 5 finished faster. Here are the 5 callouts that they had. We have maybe a little more depth. We have more depth on Fable 5. It finished faster, and you can just see the comparison here. It's literally doing month over month analysis, whereas Opus is a little more high level. These kind of insights maybe are an analyst going over it. I think Fable 5 feels more of it like an analyst who made it to associate, who went to VP, who can summarize the actual points that move the levers. For this, I would definitely say Fable 5 is better. It's faster, and the insights it gives are exponentially more rich than what Opus 4.8 gives. So for this one, Fable 5, definitely the winner. All right, so for the next use case, we're going straight to the platform documents from Claude, and they say that there are improvements in code review and debugging. So we'll drop in some code, have it review, and see what the output is. All right, so we have some code here. Here's a little prompt, review the code base like a senior software engineer. On the left, we have Opus. On the right, we have Fable 5, and we'll see what they come back with. All right, so Fable 5 already completed this, and Opus is still thinking. Fable 5 is fast. Wow. That was great. All right, so we have some callouts here. We have some bugs. We have some security concerns. We have some performance issues. And it already gave me a priority of the top 10 improvements. And Opus is still thinking. Okay, Opus is starting to move. I don't know. So this just gives you an idea of where code is heading. I mean, if Fable 5 is the worst it gets, where is this a year from now where, yeah, and if it just loops and self-improves, it's just an exponential creation of software globally. And one of the limiting factors for software is folks who are not technical. So if you're giving people access to these tools, they're able to create products or services or ideas that they have in their head, where the limiting factor was organizing people to create software. That's gone. So there should be a complete exponential increase in the amount of software output by people. And I don't know, it just gives access to more people to create products that they love. Okay, so yeah, I mean, it's not even comparable. Fable definitely crushed this. It's way faster, gave absolutely better answers, depth of answers, the richness of answers. Fable 5 is definitely a step up on code. And as they release these, it's so tough to go back. When Opus came out, you were coding with it and you're like, wow, this is the best thing ever. And look how fast it feels like it got obsolete. In this example, Fable 5, absolutely better at code. But what do you think? Do you think now there is more opportunity, or do you think there is less opportunity than previously? Back in the day, you needed a software team. There's a moat to learning these skills, which there still is in a way, but there's more access now for way more of the population to create software. Do you think that there is more opportunity to create an app or to create software? Or do you think that because so many people now have access to it, there's less opportunity in a way because there's a whole world of software out there every day? How many million apps get released every day now? How many books get written every day now just because of the AI tools? What do you think? For this use case, we're going to have it create a game and we'll see what it comes up with. So it's a little orbital golf game. There's some physics involved, and we'll see how long it takes to render and what it actually renders. All right, so Fable is done. Opus is still running. I think that's the theme of this video. Fable is done. Opus is still running. Fable did a great job. Opus is still thinking. Here is the example game that Fable 5 created. So here's a golf orbital game. Can come in here, click around, trying to get it. So let's just see the physics. All right, bounce around. Looks all right. And then we can just try and get it going there. Ooh, tough. As the creator of this game, I feel like that should have went in. Where's the home field advantage here? All right. Third time's a charm, people. What was that? All right, so I guess you have to get it closer and let it just get funneled in. A little bit. No, no. So the physics looks great. It's moving around. Fable 5 definitely crushes pretty much everything that we tested today. Huge step up from Opus 4.8. It's kind of just wild how we used Opus and thought this is the best thing. How could we ever go back? And now you get access to Fable and it's like Opus 4.8 is obsolete. There we go. We finally got it in. As the creator of this game, I approve. This is a great game. Maybe I'll monetize it. One issue, we did run out of Claude Code credits, so we only get the Fable rendering. The Opus 4.8 rendering is just out there in the universe somewhere, but I hope the video lets you know that there's a big difference between Fable and Opus, and I hope you're using Fable as much as you can. But if you want to monetize AI, we have an AI community. It's linked in the description below. Go over AI automations that businesses would pay for, teach you a step-by-step daily task guide to getting your first client. If that interests you, check the link in the description. We'll see you in the next one.